Cheers, legends. Sammy from Short and Stout Beer Reviews. Late night review here. Just knocked off work and thought, I wouldn't mind a beer. So we've got two from Banks, and they're out of Melbourne in lovely Australia. We've got the Atlantic Hazy IPA. And yes, it does look like a particular sports team, that one. And then we've got the Pacific Cali IPA, which also looks like a particular sports team. Pretty cool. So, yeah, if you don't know your sports, that's the Boston Celtics right there in the NBA. And that's your LA Lakers. Out of the two, I'm probably more a Celtics man. There's been some rad players, though, over the years on both teams. So, yeah, we might pour the Atlantic first, which is the Hazy. Oh, yeah. I've got the proper headwear and the proper glassware. Haze, it ain't no craze. Oh, just spilled everywhere. Pretty cool. And yes, it does look washed out, but in my camera, it always does. It's like a light orange in colour. I'd say a light to medium body, about a half finger head. Definitely cloudy. Doesn't look to have too much carbonation going on. Let's go in for a whiff. Actually, the percentage on this one is 6.8. And the hops are Strata, Nelson, Mosaic, and Citra. So pretty popular hop bill there. It's definitely juicy. You're getting that like tropical fruit. Like pineapple, passion fruit, maybe a touch of like guava or something like that. There's lemon and lime. You may be getting a little bit of that white grape, but it's a little bit grassy. Smells delicious. Might even be a little bit of dankness. And it's got like a berry vibe as well. Yeah, I'd say it's leaning more tropical, this one. So cheers. It's got like a chalky sort of mouthfeel. There's definitely a dank grassy sort of vibe. It's quite complex on the palate, like a bit more going on than what I thought just with the smell. You're getting that like white grape, but you're getting like mixed berry. Like I'm getting like a sort of like a strawberry vibe. Yeah, it's like a mixture of tropical fruit and berry. But you're getting like a touch of like lemon and lime as well. It's very tropical. Tropical and dank normally don't. It's not really common when they come together, but when they do, it's good. I probably should have went a smaller pour and then cracked the other one, but I'll just go this one first and then smash the next one. Yeah. How are you, brother? The old Coke Zero Vanilla. I haven't had the Zero one, but Coke Vanilla, or Vanilla Coke, it's fucking unreal. It's probably like my favourite soft drink or soda or whatever people call them. Where are you going for lunch? What cuisine are we going for? Yeah. So you're referring to like the colour of the beer. Yeah, I'd always just feel like, yeah, it's like I feel like my face, like my arms, like just like my skin and like the beer colour, like it's just a little bit off. And I don't know how to fix it. Like the colours just aren't as like vibrant as they should be. Like even the flag behind me, the red seems real like faint. Fucking oath. That was unreal back in the day. See, they I don't know. I absolutely love both of them. I sort of can't split them. And like when people say who their all time starting lineup is, Magic Johnson for me always is like one of those ones. Like I, he's either in the five, or if not, he'd be like at least sixth or seventh. Whereas yeah, Bird's probably up against tougher competition with his position. Oh, okay. I thought you said you were heading out for lunch. Yeah, boy. So yeah, I've actually had a half decent week at work this week. It's been good. It's good to come home and be a little more chilled and not hot under the collar. It's quite delicious, this bad boy. 6.8%, 2.7 standard drinks in a can. Gotta love that artwork. And yeah, I just love the fact that you can tell that it's like Celtics, but they've called it Atlantic and like gone with the Celtics sort of artwork. And yeah, like made it a hazy. And then with the Lakers, it's like a Cali IPA. Like non-basketball people wouldn't even like think of that, but yeah, if you know your NBA, it's like the first thing you see as soon as you see the two cans together. But yeah, this is like a style that's been thrown around heaps lately. Cali IPA. It's like, what the fuck is the difference between a Cali IPA and a West Coast IPA and an American IPA and a cold IPA? There's too many IPAs. Come on. Yeah, one thing with Banks, every now and then with their hazies, like I know some people don't like that chalky. It's sort of like a. I've talked about it with other people. It's sort of like a like if you crushed up paracetamol. It sounds fucked, but it's sort of like, yeah, breaking up a tablet that goes in water or something and then drinking it. And it's got that like powdery sort of texture. But like when banks do it with some of their IPAs, like it works, like it's good. It's just sort of hard to describe without it sounding like medical. Yeah, I'm definitely getting more berry than like that white grape. And yeah, as I said, like pineapple and passion fruit's pretty big. And you're getting it just there's a lot of sweetness. It's definitely like more of a sweet leaning hazy. Cheers to Angus. So yeah, the may as well talk about the Cali before I crack it. So yeah, the Cali is 6.3. Definitely has those retro Lakers vibes. You just think Magic straight away. Oh, well, there you go. So same hops as the first one. Yeah, so they've just got a house yeast strain for like their Westy sort of style beers, and then one for their hazies with the same hop bill. Be interesting to see the colour and the body on the Cali one. So what are you up to, Craig? Out for a wander as well? Yeah, cool. Yeah, I've my let's have a little rant. I like when you get on and watch lives like Raggy sort of style where he's drinking his beer, but then he talks about his day and something's bad. So anyway, my front fence is rotted, like it, and I don't, yeah, as most people know, I don't own the property I rent. So anyway, it's been fucked for ages. It's got to a point now where it's that bad. It's started to fall apart, and the gate won't shut properly. So I'm having to leave my front gate up to the front door, like open all the time, and the letterbox is on an angle, and it's just like fucked. And got to a point where the real estate said to the owner, "Look, you got to sort it out. It's ridiculous." So he's really intrusive, and he's a real tight ass. And like when it comes to fixing stuff, he won't pay someone else to do it. He wants to do it himself. And everything seems to take forever. And when he comes around, he snoops about and he like be there at stupid hours that suit him and weekends when you don't want him around and stuff. And anyway, I said to him, "Look, I'm happy for you to be here Thursday, Friday." He's been here for like fucking probably 10 hours for 2 days. He's finally got most of it done, but he's left this little bit to do tomorrow. And I said, "Look, I don't want you here on a weekend. I've got shit on. You shouldn't be here on a weekend. Tradies don't turn up to people's homes on weekends unless the person wants them there. I've worked fucking so many hours this week. I've got shit to do. I just want to be at home by myself. Like you shouldn't be here." And like he's like, "Oh no, I've still got to finish the job though." And I'm like, "Well, I don't care. Come back next week." Because he like lives in Melbourne, he wants to do it all in one hit, and he's real selfish and doesn't give a fuck about anyone else, and like real greedy. So like anyway, he's like, "Oh no, I'll still come round tomorrow morning early and just make sure I get it all finished." And I'm just like, I was so fucking angry. So yeah, tomorrow, like, I'm going to be guest on like a Canadian streamer's show, and like I could be there, like, I don't know, like just wanting silence in the background so I can talk and not have any disturbance with the dogs and shit. And he's probably just going to turn up and start working, so I'm fucking annoyed about it. It's just like he's the landlord from hell. He's caused me so much grief, but like, yeah, the Australian rental market's so fucked now. It's like you can't even afford to get your own house, and then like, yeah, it's like if you want to move somewhere else, you're just wasting like 2/3 of your wage a week. Angus is here. What? Angus is my Labrador. Yeah, Shane's craft beer reviews. He's got like I think it's craft beer reviews, but he's got like a separate channel called Friday Night Live, and then he recently had Paul was in PA. He's had like Rod J. Yeah, got quite a few of his like Canadian mates and a few Americans and stuff. He's only just started the live stuff, and last week he had Mad Dan, who's from like he's Australian as well. So yeah, he does a real good job. I'll like post it on. I'll put it up in like a couple of links just so people can check it out. Who, Shane or my landlord? I get what you mean. Yeah, so I think tomorrow around the same time, I'm going to be on Shane's. I think Rod J and Joe were doing something together. So it's, yeah. Nah, the landlord's a fucking cunt. He's done so much shit over the years, and then he'll like complain if like the front lawn's like hasn't been mowed for 2 weeks. It's like, come on, man. Yeah, he's got. I don't know if you can go into his community thing, dude, but he's got like a. It'll be like a separate channel called Friday Night Live. Like I'm pretty sure he's only got like maybe 50 subscribers on that, whereas on his main channel he's probably got like I don't know 800 or something. But yeah, he gets like quite a few people on there when he does them. It's just yeah, it's only just new. That's all. So yeah, let's pour the old Pacific. Ooh, nice little. I got like a little bittery sort of smell on that. Very clear. Probably a two-finger head. Color-wise, it sort of looks like apple juice. A little bit spritzy. It sort of looks like a light to medium body as well. Not actually getting too much on the nose. There might be a touch of pine there. It's a little bit piney and sort of woodsy. But yeah, I'm getting that like that berry sort of note as well, like the last beer. It act like it smells quite subdued, but it smells good, if you get what I mean. You're getting that like foresty sort of vibe with like berry and maybe like a little touch of citrus. I'm going in anyway. So yeah, what did I say the percentage on this one was? 6.3. And yeah, anyone that watches this back I want to see in the comments if you're Lakers or you're Celtics. Name a couple of favourite players. See, I'm obviously a big Kobe fan. Magic, Bird. Ooh. Yeah, I'm getting more pine than I expected. It's actually like a fairly light body. So yeah, from what I've had with Cali IPAs, it's almost like they've got sort of the same like hop characteristics as Westies, but the body's very light. And that's why I sort of feel like they're similar to like cold IPAs. Because that's what I get with them. So I don't know if it's like I don't know if it's a characteristic much in like beer, but I'm getting like a pear, sort of like a appley sort of vibe. But it's not like an off flavour. It's just it sort of reminds me of like if you have a Perry, like a pear cider. I get that sort of pear vibe. Is that odd, boys? Do you get pear in beer very often? Yeah, cool. Yeah, I think it'll be on. I think it's about 10 and a half hours from now or something. So I got to get a good sleep. And then if fuckhead's still hanging around, I'm going to lay down the smackdown. There'll be there'll be some harsh words, and then there'll be a very stern call to the real estate, telling him to get the fuck off the property. Normally, I don't need to go through someone else, though. I just like to use my own words. Yeah. I think back in the day, most kids, like in the UK and Australia and Europe, like anywhere outside of the US, if you weren't loyal to an area, you were like a massive Bulls fan just because of the hype. Cheers, Bulk. How's things in the lovely west of Melbourne? I was actually over towards your way today. I was in like the other side of Geelong. I wanted to keep going and I wanted to actually go to Footscray. I had a few things I wanted to do there, but I just didn't have enough time because I had to get back to work. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just getting this huge pear vibe and I dig it. It's good. Yeah, you're getting like that piney, grassy, woodsy sort of thing, but it's not like real intense. The bitterness is sort of like it's there, but it sort of dies off, like it's sharp. And then Yeah, you sort of get like a little bit of citrus, maybe even a hint of tropical fruit, but there's no like real like dominant flavour. It's very easy drinking though, I must say. Yeah. Man, he fucking this is how bad he is, right? And the real estate let him get away with this shit because he owns so many properties. Like they're all up his ass. One time, he owns the house next door as well, right? And it's sort of good getting it out here on a public forum. It's like, fuck him. He deserves it. Anyway, one time he wanted to compare some like a vanity or some sort of setting, like a measurement in the other house and my house. And he'd been in the house previously, like that day. But you know what he's like. He comes down from Melbourne. He has to get everything done in his own time. He doesn't give a fuck if it suits you or not. And he's like, "Oh, where'd you go? I need to compare this measurement in the bathroom to the other bathroom." And I said, "You've been in the house for like an hour. You said you were done, and I've gone. I'm out doing stuff now. Like I'd gone down into the forest like an hour away and was with mates and stuff." So anyway, I come back home and he fucking climbed through my window and like had been in the house like without my permission and like going through like measuring stuff and snooping around and like then he has the nerve to whinge about like, oh, the grass is a little bit long. It's like fucking hell, man. Then another time he did a job in the backyard. He replaced the whole fence. And he kept messaging, it must have been messaging an old mobile or going through like the real estate, but I had no contact. I knew nothing about it. I come home from work one day and here he is. He's got shit lying all over the front yard, in the backyard. I didn't know where the dogs were. The dogs got out in the road and were just running around like free. Like accidentally let them out. And then, like, I was fucking fuming. Like, I pretty much had my fist clenched. Like, I was that pissed off, ready to go. And anyway, yeah, he'd given them food and that. Like, imagine if, like, the dogs had some sort of, like, dietary problem where they could only eat certain food. And here he is just fucking feeding them. Like, he's just so inconsiderate, just doesn't give a fuck. Yeah. I love, I love, I love how my little Banks duo releases a little rant. It's funny. But as I said to Drewy, my good friend Miscellaneous, I feel like it's good to yeah, keep it real. It's like, yeah, you just another day in your life. Fucking oath he is, Luke. I just wish I had that fucking good deposit where I could just get my own place and not have to worry about these fuckwits. But no, I can't afford to pay $1 million for some average home. Like it's in Australia these days, you pretty much have to be a fucking high income earner just to buy a basic house. The dream of owning your own home as a youngster is slowly declining. Now I can't find where I'm up to. Power. Oh, that's a good burp. Here we go. 101 turkey time. Good boy. Solidarity, bro. Power to the people. I was just ranting about my landlord, dude. He's like the landlord from hell, but then he'll like whinge about minor stuff that I do. Or I don't even really do anything wrong. He's just very selfish, very greedy. He's the reason why a lot of young Aussie kids these days can't buy houses because cunts like him own about fucking 20 and yeah, they're just greedy. Like, why do you need to have that many properties? Has anyone else got anything to rant about? Let's let's let out our feelings. Now, on a positive note, um, yeah, work's been a lot better this week. The the young one I'm training, she's going well, and yeah, she's good value. Loves her emo music. We were joking the other day saying I should do a stream where it's like Aussie craft beer introduces emo kid to an IPA. It'd be fucking funny. Get her all like done up in the like dark makeup and the sort of the gothic vibes. It'd be funny as fuck. Yeah. A pushover. You serious? I feel like Preston would be real rough. Okay, as far as the sports teams go, what about as far as the city goes? Where would you rather where would you rather visit if you could only go to you can only go to America for like 2 days? Do you go to Boston, Massachusetts, or do you go to Los Angeles, California? I'd definitely go to Boston. I reckon Boston's like, yeah, the beer scene there is obviously fucking amazing. Like, same in LA, but just the old sort of historical buildings and it's all green and nice. And the weather's obviously not as good, but I wouldn't mind seeing a bit of snow. And yeah, just I feel like well, that's the thing. The food scene would be fucking amazing in both places. I'd love the whole like Italian and like Irish heritage in Boston would be cool. Oh yeah, like mine. I'm pretty sure mine's done electrical work. When he's not even a qualified builder. He does like handyman jobs and considers himself like a fucking awesome builder. Some of the shit in like this place is like fucking whacked. It's like something a year seven woodwork student would do. Yeah, good, thanks. How are you, brother? I was only talking about you earlier. Oh yeah. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Just a lot of my mates that have been to LA didn't really enjoy it. They just reckon it was like, I don't know, like chaotic and like dirty. And if you're not really into that whole like Hollywood fame sort of touristy stuff, it's like there's not much on offer. I hate sort of gimmick, like say Gold Coast in Australia, like that real over the top touristy. So like I stay away from those places. I reckon they're shit. Yeah. Cheers, Bolt. Thanks for chiming in, brother. We'll see you on the next one. And yeah, I can't. I'm pretty sure I subscribed back to you like maybe a week or so ago. Yeah, cool. And you're at work listening to my sweet voice while you're busting out some steaks. Yeah, boy. Cheers, dirtbag. So yeah, back to the beer. The slightly pearish beer. So yeah, it's like it'd be light to medium body. It's got sort of like I don't know, like the mouth feels like for the style, it's sort of like slightly smooth. The head, like, yeah, the head sort of stuck around. It definitely doesn't look like a Westie. That's what sort of confuses me. It's like they have a very light malt base. And yeah, like I wouldn't say it's sort of like biscuity, like as far as the base goes. Like I'm definitely not getting caramel, and I'm not really getting like huge bready sort of vibes. Biscuity. But yeah, on a whole, like I'm obviously a Westie boy. Love my Westies. But the old Cali IPA isn't a true Westie, and it doesn't live up to the like Banks do some really good West Coast. I just feel like the Cali IPA style, it's like a sort of like a beginner's level to a Westie. Like, so yeah, it's good, but not as good as the other. So like the sports team with the Celtics wins for me. I will have to have some more. And yeah, prior to these, obviously, oh yeah, should I say honestly, prior to these, yeah, I'd only just come home from work, so it's like, ooh, I'm gonna have two beers, and then will I have more? I'm not sure. So back to the Atlantic, back to Larry Bird. Lazar. Yeah, it's like from this beer earlier, it's like it definitely is way better on the palate than the nose. Pardon me. One thing I'm looking forward to with Banks, I haven't had an Imperial Stout from him for a while. So come winter time, or even just prior to winter, it'd be good to get some more. They've always done some like really good sort of like pastry stouts, and then they've just started to sort of verge into that like barrel age. But the only thing with their, I think they've done a couple, and I reckon like maybe one or two of them, they just weren't like the barrel character just wasn't like strong enough. They just needed to oomph it up a bit. It'd be hard though when you first get into it. Yeah, I remember a friend saying like he's a massive Banks fan as well, and he's like, I just really want to like enjoy it, like get right into it. But he's like, I just can't taste any bourbon character, and I'm like, yeah, I'm sort of the same. Cheers, Thomas. Good to see you, brother. We'll have to share a beer together soon. Haven't seen you for ages. I watched you did a review of one not long ago. I can't remember what beer it was though. It's always funny when you first pop up and you'll crack a beer and then you're like, oh, I don't really know why I'm doing this. Cheers, dude. I always get a good laugh out of your videos because you sort of like it's like you sort of go in there like second guessing yourself, and it's always funny. Cheers, Ghost. Yeah, I knocked off work about an hour and a half ago. Thought, oh, I'm going to crack a couple of cold ones, try and get a decent sleep. Had a couple of busy days, but it's been pretty good. So I'm a special guest, if you may, on like a mate's channel from Canada. He's called Shane's Craft Beer Reviews, and like he's doing like he does a Friday night live thing where he gets a guest on and just talks shit and does a couple of reviews and sort of talks about their channel. And yeah, so I want to try and get some mates on there. So it's sort of like not only is it like, yeah, just to watch and see whatever shit I get up to, but yeah, like just to support him or get him some more subscribers. Yeah, exactly. He'll be here approximately. See, it's like I've still got so much time, so it's like I sort of want to like crack another beer or two. Cause yeah, it's like I only got home. It's like I don't want to go to bed straight away. As long as I'm up by, as long as I'm up in about probably 8 hours time from now, I'll be fine. So I reckon another beer or two, get about 6.5 hours sleep, and I'll be golden. But yeah, I should probably rate these out of 5. This bad boy, I reckon, flavour wise, it hit. It had like tropical, citrus, berry, like slight white wine character. The only thing, yeah, it's like I felt like the body was a bit too light. But yeah, like I'd probably go. It's still rad. Like it'd be at least. I'm gonna say 4.2 out of 5. And then this one, definitely a crusher. Yeah, the malt base was very light, but I think that's expected for this style. And yeah, I got that. As I said, I got that real like peary sort of appley sort of vibe, which was different. It was pretty cool. Um, yeah, like it was piney, but I wish it was sort of more like I feel like the hop character in this one was rad, but I just feel like the malt base just wasn't sort of big enough for me. Like, but yeah, it's like it's expected for that style, so you can't really critique it too much. So I'd probably go a solid 4 out of 5 for that one. So yeah, both like still good beers, like decent scores. And yeah, as I said, they both had the same hop bill and then just different yeast strain, I think it was. Yeah, this one was 6.3, the other was 6.8. So yeah, Celtics wins for me. Anyway, I am going to end this one, and I may do another. Let's see what happens. But yeah, cheers to Banks. Love your work. And yeah, as I said earlier in the comments, if anyone watches this back, who do you like more out of Celtics and Lakers? And who are your favourite players? So cheers, boys and girls. We'll see you on the next one.